All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kakadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. It says a very bizarre practice in Judaism. And you see, these people are sick, man. Listen to this video.
It's called a mitzvah, and this is where the child is circumcised, and they take the bloody foreskin off, and then the rabbi takes the child's bloody phallus, into his mouth and drinks the blood. You ever heard of this?
Yeah, they literally put the penis in the mouth.
Yes, and the only reason that the secular folks, or the Gentiles, became aware of this, it happens throughout the United States, and of course around the world, where you have... The only reason we learned about this is because some of those filthy animals were giving the children STDs. Right, exactly. Isn't that terrible?
Disgusting. It's one of those things. And I understand religious freedom. I think this goes too far.
Right, like that.
This is Aaron Russo, a filmmaker and former politician. To his left is Nicholas Rockefeller of the Council on Foreign Relations. After maintaining a close friendship with Nicholas, Aaron eventually ended the relationship, appalled by what he had learned.
I got a call one day from an attorney woman I knew, and she said, would you like to meet one of the Rockefellers? I said, sure, I'd love to. And we became friends, and he began to divulge a lot of things to me. So he said to me one night, he said that there's going to be an event there, and out of that event, you're going to see we're going to go into Afghanistan, so we run pipelines from the Caspian Sea, we're going to go into Iraq, to take the oil and establish a base in the Middle East, and we're going to go.
And that's what they've done. Look at that. We're going to go into Afghanistan, into Iraq. They're currently trying to get the base back. And then what did he say after that?
Venezuela and try and get rid of Chavez.
Then we're going to go into Venezuela. Hey.
This is Aaron Russo, a filmmaker and former politician. To his left is Nicholas Rockefeller of the Council on Foreign Relations. After maintaining a close friendship with Nicholas, Aaron eventually ended the relationship, appalled by what he had learned.
I got a call one day from an attorney woman I knew, and she said, would you like to meet one of the Rockefellers? I said, sure, I'd love to. And we became friends, and he began to divulge a lot of things to me. So he said to me one night, he said that there's going to be an event there, and out of that event, you're going to see we're going to go into Afghanistan, so we run pipelines from the Caspian Sea, we're going to go into Iraq to take the oil and establish a base in the Middle East, and we're going to go into Venezuela and try and get rid of Chavez. And the first two they've accomplished, Chavez they didn't accomplish, and they said you're going to see guys going into caves looking for people that they're never going to find. You know, he's laughing about the fact that you have this war on terror. There's no real enemy. He's talking about how by having this war on terror, you can never win it because it's an eternal war. And so you can always keep taking people's liberties away. And I said, how are you going to convince people that this war is real? He said, but the media can convince everybody it's real. I mean, you know, but you keep talking about things, you keep saying it over and over and over again, and eventually people believe it. You know, you created the Star Reserve in 1913 through lies. You create 9/11, which is another lie. Through 9/11, you're fighting a war on terror, and now all of a sudden you go into Iraq, which was another lie, and now they're going to do Iran. You know, and so one thing leading to another, leading to another, leading to another. I would say, no, what are you doing this for? What's the point of this thing? You have all the money in the world you ever want. You have all the power. I said, you know, you're hurting people. It's not a good thing. And he would say, what do you care about the people for? Take care of yourself and take care of your family. And then I said to him, what are the ultimate goals here? He said, the ultimate goal is to get everybody in this world chipped with the RFID chip and have all money be on those chips and everything on those chips. And if anybody wants to protest what we do or violate what we want, we just turn off the chip.
Now I want to move now to an update on the World Economic Forum. Klaus Schwab stepped down. We had the Nestle guy who believed that water wasn't a human right. He stepped in as the co-chair, and now he's gone. We have somebody else moving in there. The world's largest asset manager is BlackRock, and this is Larry Fink,
who runs BlackRock and manages almost $12 trillion of assets in 2024. And where does he point those assets? Where does he wield his power? Well, this is just one interview with Larry Fink. Take a listen.
The faster that we can find ways to mitigating the rising temperatures, I would say the more just society can be. And so to me, it's we don't have much time. We need to be learning about these the new technologies and how to move forward. And we need to then inform our investors ultimately where we think the next opportunities are going to be too. And as Bill in his book wrote about, we need to employ $50 trillion to get to a green world.
$50 trillion of taxpayer money towards an absolute disastrous hoax that only makes us richer. I mean, what could possibly go wrong, Jeffrey? We just have the guy that is managing probably your home loan, your bank account, your automobile company that built your cars. I mean, BlackRock has got its fingers in everything, and now he's just the head of the WEF. What could possibly go wrong?
Anybody who hatches a scheme that has Bill Gates laughing like a Scooby-Doo villain should really alarm people at that point. So again, we're hearing this. We're hearing these words. This is a rapid net zero push. There's not much time. It's up to us for a just society. You know, the trillionaire class. And he says, we're going to inform our investors. This really gobbledygook talk of it's just going to be touchy-feely. We're going to just suggest to them how to reshape society. Well, how is it suggested? Here's one of Larry Fink's comments. BlackRock CEO slammed for forced behaviors. His comment 2017, he was talking about the DEI initiatives. But he says this, quote, behaviors are going to have to change. And this is one thing we're asking companies. You have to force behaviors. At BlackRock, we are forcing behaviors. That's Larry Fink. And so let's look at how they kind of shape the market. So they're talking about informing their investors. This is Andrew Bailey, again, out of Missouri. A lot of great things are happening in Missouri. Attorney General Andrew Bailey filed suit against BlackRock, also State Street and Vanguard, for illegally manipulating the energy markets. And he said this in his press release. Over several years, the three asset managers acquired substantial stock holdings in every significant publicly held coal producer in the United States, thereby gaining the power to control the policies of the coal companies. Using their combined influence over the coal market, the investment cartel collectively announced in 2021 their commitment to weaponize their shares to pressure the coal companies to accommodate green energy goals. So basically, our cartel wants you to do this, and you do this or you go out of business because we're going to put you out of business. That's how Larry Fink is moving. So yeah, I bring up these conversations because a lot of people are looking at the Department of Energy, President Trump, and saying, well, we have a little bit of a pause here, respite. We have brakes on this massive climate push that's reshaping society. Yeah. And we have, it's not what's happening in the rest of the world. It's not what's happening with the largest asset managers in the world. This is going full speed ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 52 and 2, and it says, thy tongue deviseth mischiefs, like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Let me just look it up in the NLT so it's easier for you to understand. All right. Psalms, hold up, NLT. Right. Yeah, this is Psalms 52 in the NLT. And it says, verse 1, why do you boast about your crimes, great warrior, right? Don't you realize God's justice continues forever? All day long you plot destruction. Your tongue cuts like a sharp razor. You're an expert at telling lies. And it's talking about Esau, Edom, so-called white man. These devils that rule this country and that are planning all these things in the background, planning to put an RFID microchip inside of you. They're devils, man. Like they were made to destroy. Like, if you ever watched Dragon Ball Z or whatever, you heard of the gods of destruction. And Esau Edom, he's a god of destruction. He's a damn demon, man. He's destroying everything. and everything is waiting for him to be taken out, man. I think the scriptures mention how it says something about the fir tree shall rejoice at thee, man. Let me look it up real quick. It says something about the fir trees. It's in the book of Isaiah. Rejoice. Fir trees rejoice. Fir tree, not threes. Slocky. I can't even spell this morning. I'm too excited. Isaiah 14:8. Yeah, let's read that. It says, Isaiah 14:4. Beautiful. And that's what's about to happen. See, your kingdom is being taken out. I'm going to start at 1. It says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. That's right. On the elect of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, in whom these ICE troops and you know, these white people, they are in uproar from state to state here in America, man. All right, they're pointing you jakes out. They're trying to get you fired. You know, you're being watched. Oh, that might be an illegal immigrant. You know, you see how they go into the neighborhoods. They take the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom. Hey, but the Lord about to turn things around in this place, man. And there is going to be civil war, race wars. There is going to be Democrat versus Republican and all this other bullshit. This is Rome 2.0. This place is going to fall no matter what. This place is on its last few seconds, man. Many tekel. I just made another video. It says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob. Who's Jacob? The 12 tribes of Israel. And will yet choose Israel, not those Israel over there in our land, not them, those 1948ers. They just got there. Those are not the Lord's people, man. And set them in their own land. So we're going to go back home. We're going to leave America because America's going to be destroyed. We're going to need to go home. So we're going back to our land and kicking Bibi Netanyahu the fuck out of there and putting his bitch ass in slavery, man. All right, that bitch going into slavery. It says, and set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them. So you're going into slavery, BB. All right? We're going to possess you, literally. In the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. So you're going into slavery. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So that's what's coming. That prophecy has to be fulfilled. You small hats, you've been running over, you Edomites in general. You rule over the entertainment industry, the music, the internet, all the websites, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the TikToks. You want to get in control of that. You're watching everything. If a person starts talking about a new battery, then all of a sudden ads of a new battery start popping up. You ain't even got to be the one to say it. It's popping up because you was around somebody that was talking about a new battery. You're fucking listening to us. We got to get a certain credit score to buy a house. You got to always go through corporations and spend money with them in order to do anything in this society. America is a damn corporation. This is a big ass business. This ain't no life. No, you're constantly a slave. You're constantly at work here. It's all about the numbers, man. And if you don't meet up to the standard, then you know you're pretty much homeless. And guess what they're doing to homeless people? They gathering the homeless people up now. It's a crime to be homeless. So if you don't play by the rules and pay and keep on paying and paying and paying some more, even when you buy a house in this setup, like you still got to pay the mortgage for the rest of your life. And if you die and your kids don't keep paying it, like you never stop paying the taxes on the property. But it's your house though. But you still got to pay though. If somewhere down the line where your kids die and their kids start paying it and they end up stop paying it, they'll still take the fucking house. As soon as you're born in this country, you have a birth certificate, a certificate of slavery to this system. You're constantly being tracked. Your social security card, birth certificate. That's a contract of slavery. That's your number for the rest of your life. They eliminated the, what was it called? The slavery, right? They said they got rid of the slavery, but there's exception clauses within it, man. Like you're still a slave here. Basically is what I'm getting at, But we're going to put you devils into slavery. All right? It says, and it shall come to pass, verse 3, that in that day the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. Because we've been serving you white people, man. We've been in hard bondage here, okay, to the bankers, the Federal Reserve, to paying taxes, all of our tax money going over to support a war in Gaza, killing off all types of little kids and babies and shit, bombing hospitals. We're supporting that shit without even wanting to. You don't have a choice. You got to pay taxes, don't you? And then they send money over to Ukraine, these human traffickers and shit. Ain't nobody heard nothing about the Epstein list. They don't want to bring none of that out. The Lord is about to fucking destroy this place, man. The Lord is about to destroy this place. And we can't wait for the Lord to destroy you pieces of shit. All right? Psalms 52:4. You love to destroy others with your words, you liar. But God will strike you down. But power will strike you down once and for all. He will pull you from your home and uproot you from the land of the living. That's right. It says, the righteous will see it and be amazed. They will laugh and say, look what happens to the mighty warriors who do not trust in power. They trust their wealth instead and grow more and more bold in their wickedness. So look at you now. The Lord is about to destroy you people, man. The Lord is going to destroy you, man. Psalms, what's that? I'm thinking of something. Psalms, matter of fact, let's just go to this one. Let's go back to Isaiah 47:8. Let's read that again. This is Isaiah 47:8. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given unto pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in a day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Yeah, because you've been enchanting everybody, man. So guess what's about to happen? The Lord about to destroy you, man. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Yeah, you keep thinking you're going to get away. Like the scriptures say, because sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily, it is fully set in the hearts of men to do evil, man. All right, so Esau Edom, he's like, well, the Lord ain't did nothing to me now. Hey, I got his people and everything, you know. I done changed them. I done made them think that Jesus was white, you know. I done called him Jesus and took his real name, Yahushua, away. I done did all types of stuff, man. I covered the faces of the judges thereof. The Lord still ain't did nothing. Well, guess what, man? We must be in the right. You know, hey, we just keep on beating the shit out of them, right? I think there's a scripture, it says something about our eye have seen it. Our eye have seen it. Yeah, our eye seen it. Yeah. Yeah. Psalms 35 and 21. Let's go to that one real quick. Yeah, because that's what they say. See? Psalms 35. Man, we got to read this right now. We'll start at 20. It says, Psalms 35 and 20 in the KJV, it says, for they speak not peace, but they devise deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. Going back to those enchantments. Okay, what are those enchantments talking about? Let's read that one more time. Isaiah 47 and 9, but these two things shall come upon thee in a moment, in a day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries. Right. And for the great abundance of thine enchantments. That's all you do. You're a witch. You damn warlocks and witches. It says, for they speak not peace, but they devise deceitful matters. So going back to Psalm 64, man. What does Psalm 64 say? Right? Psalm 64. And this is just through the Spirit real quick. Psalm 64, and we're going to read it in verse 2. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, going through their laws. That's going into their laws. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Who's the perfect? The Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? So they commune, they get together in councils and talk about the traps that they're going to lay for our people, man. It says they encourage themselves in the evil matter. Yeah, so they're encouraged by doing wickedness. They thrive off being not known and hid and knowing that they're doing somebody wicked. The scriptures say they can't even sleep at night unless they did some wickedness, man. So this is the devil that the Bible speaks of, people. These people right here, Esau, Edom, the Edomites of this world, are the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Do you understand that? You see, we're not just speaking to you and trying to be, no, we're telling you the facts of the matter, man. The Bible is coming to life before your eyes in every single day events, everything that you see, everything that's going on, man. It says, for they speak not peace, Psalms 35 and 20, but they devise deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. They devise deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. People that are just trying to do their own thing, trying to get some money, trying to go to work, trying to be a good person to people, trying to learn about the Lord. Yahweh Shem Yahushai. No, they got plans for you. They don't want you learning about the Lord, man. No, they don't want you to talk about the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They don't want you to do none of that. For they speak not peace, but they devise deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. Yeah, they opened their mouth wide against me and said, aha, aha, or I have seen it. Yeah, so they know that we're the Israelites, but like the scriptures say, they suffer not their dead bodies to be put in graves. Yeah, they don't want you to have the understanding as to who you are. And now that Ezekiel's coming to pass, hey, can these bones live? And we're standing up on our feet in an exceeding great army, and these devils are scared, man. These devils are scared because they can't stop what's happening. All right? Isaiah 47:10, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge hath perverted thee. Thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Thou art worried in the multitude of thy counsels. Y'all are worried because you're seeing the chariots. You're seeing the 3-eye Atlas coming. You're seeing UFOs. You're having counsels about it. You're freaking out. Thou art worried in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers and stargazers and monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. So you fucking done. You are done. You damn devil. You are done. Your skirt is being lifted. Going back to here. Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. That's talking about America, man. That's talking about America. It says, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. You're bucket motherfucking naked. Everybody can see your shame. America used to be like a pretty bitch, pretty bitch. Bitch legs all nice and pretty and, pretty ass lips and pretty eyes and, smelling good like the Victoria's Secret shit, man. But now she a bitch that the makeup, it's like a bitch put makeup on and it rains and then the makeup's like dripping down like some kind of Joker mask or some shit. Bitch got a Joker mask on, man. All right, got all types of pus sores on her legs and shit. She's smelling like fish, her dress all ripped up and shit. All right, she don't look the same no more. The bitch is stinky. Showing up at the door, nah, bitch, get the fuck out of here. All right, that's how you looking right now. You about to die. Got a cracked pipe to her mouth and shit everywhere she go. Hair all kind of messed up, bald spots in the hair. Golly, this bitch is through, man. You've been discovered. You're uncovered. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. That's right. So you're about to sit in the dust, man, which is, hey, the Lord about to come and destroy this place, man. Anyway, with that, shalom.